All right. Some of you may be going, well, does this totally matter? Like, why does this matter? How does this fit in? I'm getting into home care to have my own business, take care of my people, and do all the things that I want to do in this space, right? Like, why do I got to do this social media stuff? Anybody feeling that way? A little bit, a little bit. All right. So I wanted to have some statistics for you. So, stat number one, 58% of consumers report discovering new businesses through social media. 58%. That's how they're discovering businesses. So, this matters because more than half of potential clients or referral sources may first learn about a business online. If an agency has little or no visibility, families may never become familiar with them in the first place. Stat number two is 90% of local businesses now use social media as part of their marketing strategy. So this matters because whether we like social media or not, this is where people go to learn more about who you are, what you stand for, and whether they trust you before making contact. Um, this happened in my community page for my town. I was Somebody posted something that they were selling. I think they were doing like what were they doing? It was something where they like drinking glasses, and they put like cute little sayings on them. And I was like, oh, what's this about? Like, what is her business about? I'm gonna look at it, right? And as I'm going through and looking at her pictures of these glasses, like some of them said some really like racy things. Some said really political things. Like just touching on all these areas that I was like, I'm not comfortable with this. Like, I wish her the best, but I'm personally, I'm not gonna partake in her business stuff because and what she's offering, because it's like making me that uncomfortable, like just really even like lewd things. And I'm like, no, 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 no. So yes, people look at your business, they look at you online, they look at your Facebook profile, and that goes into their decision deciding if they're going to want to work with you, right? Either work with you as the client and the family, or with you even as an employee. Employees will check you out on social media and check your social media. So that's probably a really poor example because you guys will not be sharing anything like that on your social media. But it made me think of it because I was like baffled by why, like, those are probably stuff you made custom for somebody. Don't share that with the whole world because you totally just like turned me off from the whole thing. I was like, this is way too much information for me. Um, ugh. Anyway, that was just happened, so it's on top of my mind. All right. So, stat number three, 80% of people say that they trust brands that they already know and recognize. So, this matters because, again, visibility creates familiarity. Familiarity creates trust. And families are more likely to contact an agency that they keep seeing consistently over time. Stat number four, 93% of marketers report that consumers trust content created by real people more than polished advertising. So, why this matters is you don't really need to be perfect at branding or professional videos to build trust. It's more about being authentic and consistent. That is what is going to matter more than perfection. And our last stat here is educational and relatable content consistently performs better overly than promotional content. And we all know that, right? We don't necessarily open up our phones and go on Facebook to buy something. Like, I think I want to buy something. I'm just going to go on Facebook, right? Or I want to sign up for something, or I want to find somebody to mow my lawn. I'm going to hop on Facebook, right? People don't do that. They hop on Facebook for entertainment, for connection, and then also to learn more about businesses, to learn more about what they have to offer, and um, build that comfortability, right, with them. So if we're constantly posting on our business pages that we're hiring or we're accepting clients, do you guys like, is that going to be something that people are going to gravitate to our page and come back to and want to learn from? Or are they going to be like, oh, They only post that when they're hiring or accepting clients. Like, that's all they do, right? So we definitely want to have variety of what we're doing, and really, there's like this 80-20 rule in social media. Have any of you ever heard of this? I did, like, years ago, I did a lot of social media studying. But the 80-20 rule is we're going to do 80% of our content that's like educational, building credibility, acknowledging, um, things like that. Those authentic, real posts, right? Maybe it's you're just getting your agency started, right? So maybe it's a picture of you at your desk in your office and talking about how excited you are and you're working on your employee files and getting those organized, right? A real post. So we're going to do 80% of posts like that, and only 20% would be promotional. So that's the 80-20 rule when it comes to social media. All right. And remember that social media is not replacing relationship building, it's supporting it. This is just another layer of this, is supporting it. When someone hears your name from a facility, a Google search, a friend, or Facebook, where do they go next? They go to your social media. They want to learn more about you. It helps them with that decision-making process. All right. And then another important truth that we have here is most home care agencies are doing social media very poorly. Many agencies, they barely post. They only post hiring ads, like I was saying. They use generic stock graphics. They never provide any sort of education, and they never build trust. And this means the opportunity is going to be actually much bigger than you realize. A lot of agency owners realize, because a lot of agency owners, they either don't take the time to put into this piece of their business, or they hire it out. And there's nothing wrong with hiring it out. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing to be careful with that is that you are not having somebody who is just creating generic images and just throwing out content for the sake of throwing out content, right? It has to be planned. It has to have meaning. You have to really tell them what you're wanting. And if this is like, oh man, I can't deal with doing this too, this is too much, there are definitely places that you can hire people out to do your social media. That's not a problem. I do think in the beginning, if you can commit to even 2 posts a week, 2 to 3 posts a week, and you know what that is, what your posts are going to be, which I'm going to share all that with you anyway, and you can schedule it out. You can sit down the end of May and schedule your June content out, and now that's gone from your head. All you have to do is log into your Facebook or your Instagram and reply to any comments that people have. That's all you have to do. So it'll be all scheduled out. You can do this within, like, I'm going to just say 2 hours, and be done with it. And then you move on to what you need to do for the whole month. Then on June 30th, you're going to sit down for 2 hours and you're going to schedule out the whole month of July. All right. Our goal is not to become viral. Our goal is to become familiar, trusted, recognizable, and remembered in our local community. Again, consistency. All of these social media platforms, that's what they want. They want consistency. It's like crazy how they have this all set up, but that's what they want. So if you're like, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do 3 posts a week or come up with that, then do Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever it is. You pick your best schedule, what you feel you can do. You're going to want to use real photos whenever possible. Especially, Facebook, Instagram, they're photo hungry. They love real photos. So whenever you can. Educational content, like we've talked about, simple graphics, and authentic captions. So you kind of writing a little caption if you can. And there are a lot of things out there now too that are going to help you with this. And some of you right now may be thinking, well, Canva, for example. Canva, like I love Canva. You can go in, they now have a whole AI system in there. So you can go in there and with their graphics, you can type, um, build me a, make me a graphic that is demonstrates a person getting help with dressing, help with dressing in the home care for the home care field, and use my logo, so you'd have your logo there and everything. And so then you have your graphic and all generated for you. So that's not using like a generic stock photo that you see everywhere that everybody has. It'd be yours because you're telling a Canva AI how to create it. um, and then you can create your own captions, or some people use other forms of AI to help create captions, and then they tweak them so it's your authentic voice, right? So we can use these AI tools to help us kind of give us like a little foundation, and then we got to come in and use our voice and infuse it with our voice and put our touches on it, so that it really just conveys to our audience and to the people we want to reach. If you're not a person that uses a bunch of emojis and you don't want a bunch of emojis right in your content, then you're going to want to make sure that however you build your captions, if it's yourself or with AI, that you make sure that those are gone, right? And you get rid of those. And just, yeah, crafting it so it's your voice, but you can use it for help because we have a lot of things we have to do as owners. So it's nice that there are these tools now that we can use for help. Okay. The one thing I do want to say this is being HIPAA compliant. So I have had some people go through the academy, and love them, love them. I follow them on social media because I follow everybody I can from the academy on social media, and they will have pictures of a client on their social media, and I'm like, oh boy. So I feel that it's very, very important if you're going to have a picture of a client and you're going to have a caption that says, on Wednesdays, we take Mrs. Jones to her physical therapy appointments, followed by we make lunch for her, and we also do her laundry, whatever it is, that you have like a little star on the bottom of that and says picture posted with permission, right? A little asterisk with picture posted with permission, because you do not want to just throw up pictures of your clients and there not be any sort of disclaimer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we want to make sure. And so with that, like I've posted a picture of one of my clients with a Valentine's Day card because I send them Valentine's Day cards. And like I made sure that I got written permission. Like she wanted to be put on the Facebook page, but I made sure I got written permission from her and that it was okay to do that, because we have to practice HIPAA. Like social media can be the wild, wild west or a circus, however you want to say it. But when it comes to the integrity of our companies, we still have to practice HIPAA. So I just want to point that out.